Greetings, cinephiles. Are you looking for a movie analysis podcast that stands above the rest? Then look no further than Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters.
We analyze good movies, we analyze bad movies, and yes, we also analyze the in-betweens of the world of cinema.
So if you like what you hear, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And yes, my friends, we are 420 friendly. So when you listen to us, smoke it if you've got it. And now, here's a new episode of Collateral Gaming. The show starts right now.
I'm Megan Gomez.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Andrew Orozco.
And this is Collateral Gaming.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Collateral Gaming, where we review good games, bad games, and everything in between in the world of gaming. And yes, friends, although I do not partake, this is a 420 friendly podcast. So whatever you have, smoke it if you've got it, and enjoy the show. Hello, guys. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Happy Fallout Episode 2 day.
Hell yeah. This is part 2 of our season premiere. And this time we have a different guest, Mr. Andrew Orozco. How's it going, man?
I'm doing great, Ashley. Nice to meet you, Megan. I'm glad to be here. I love Fallout, so I'm looking forward to talking about it. So yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good. Yay. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, I originally reached out to Andrew back whenever we had this planned as our season finale for last season. So it's been a long time coming, but we finally got going on it. I know we had some delays and you weren't able to make it for part 1, so I did want to go ahead and let us hear your experience with both the Fallout franchise as a whole and your overall thoughts on this game.
Oh, okay. That's a loaded. Okay, I really have to think it. I'm just playing. Well, okay, so I first started with Fallout 3 back when it came out on PS3 and 360. I had no experience prior to that with any of it. I was like, I saw Bethesda. I'm like, I love Oblivion, so they're probably going to make another good game. And of course, now I love Fallout even more than the Elder Scrolls, so that's where we're at with that. Yeah, Fallout 4, I remember they did like a really quick turnaround, right? They announced it like 6 months prior to it coming out. During that, they did that Bethesda showcase for, I want to say 2016, maybe it was 2015. I don't remember now too well, but it was the game that I got my PS4 for, like just in time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've done so many playthroughs of Fallout 4. I have the platinum. I have done almost all the DLC except for one that I didn't finish. I never finished the Nuka World one, but everything else, like I have. Every time I start up my system and I scroll over to it says like 500 plus hours on it. I'm like yeah. I sunk a lot of hours into Fallout 4. So I love the whole post-apocalyptic old school Americana, like Cold War tension. Like I love all that stuff kind of just rolled in together. So
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm like your Bethesda twin, because that's me with Skyrim, obviously, with the Soul Gem lamp on my PC right now.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm the 500 plus hours into a Skyrim kind of person, which also, y'all cannot see this, but I love your beanie. That is so fucking cool. It says beanie, and then it's like a Skyrim item. That's so cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're just a bunch of nerds here. It's fine.
Hell yeah. But one thing we had talked about in part 1 was the fact that Fallout 4 had kind of streamlined some of the more role-playing components of the game. And what was your feeling on that? And, are you one of the more because, I mean, it sounds like you have a little bit more background with the franchise. So are you more in line with like the purists who weren't happy with that change, or where do you fall there?
Okay. When you frame it like purist, it sounds like a bad thing. But Fallout 4 is definitely not my favorite one.
Yeah.
New Vegas and 3, I prefer a lot more. I mean, I dabbled with 76. I put a couple hundred hours into 76, but
Nice.
with Fallout 4, yeah, it does feel like you can be like a little bit. You can be like a jack of all trades, and because it doesn't really like funnel you into one direction like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 does. Like
Yeah.
it just feels kind of like you're just a everyman that can just basically do everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, other than like skill checks for like lock picking and computers and stuff like that, but like
Right.
it really feels like you can just do whatever you want. And like, of course, I mean, that's empowering. But at the same time, I like how New Vegas and 3, they kind of force you to do the more RPG of yet to specialize in a particular like skill set, right? A
Yeah.
specific kind of build.
Yeah, yeah.
And Fallout 4, you can like, I guess I'll, pick up this fat boy and, just take out everybody. And it's like, there's no penalty really for me not having like, heavy weapons or strength, or you can just like the game tries to have like incentivize for you to go into a certain direction, but like there is really no penalty for kind of just basically just being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't like that, because when I play like these type of games, I like to kind of role play, like in my
Right,
idea,
yeah.
like what kind of character, like if
Yeah.
I'm going like earlier, Megan mentioned about Skyrim. Like I love Skyrim for that reason, where if I like, even though every build ends up being a stealth archer in the end, but like okay, let me try to do it with magic. Like let me just try to be a strictly mage. And like okay, this is kind of hard. Let me try doing like a magic swordsman kind of build, or a magic archer, or like you can't do everything really well. Like if you can't just pick up destruction, focus on destruction halfway through the game, because your skills are going to be like just horrible. You don't have the skill tree filled out for that. So like, I mean, I like that in New Vegas, where I play New Vegas, I specialize. It's like medicine, lockpick, and like small guns, and like that's my character. And like I'm not
Yeah.
going to be picking up displacer gloves and punching everything like because I ran out of bullets or something, right? So I kind of like being,
right.
I like being kind of cordoned off into a specific kind of role.
Yeah.
So Fallout 4, it does a lot of things really well, and I think it's very broad in its appeal, and it kind of works to its benefit.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who's come from a much more kind of hardcore like RPG background,
Yeah.
it leaves a lot lacking, I think.
Yeah.
I think also I can see that with like you were saying about Skyrim, like the narrative side of Skyrim, how you can be like a werewolf, and you can also be the archmage of the college, and you can also be in the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood and this and that.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of that in the narrative. So I can see kind of like the similarities of like what you're talking about. Like it's like you can be anyone. And I mean fucking anyone. Like,
Yeah.
okay, chill out. What the fuck?
Fallout 4 is a little goofy in that way too, because out of
Yeah.
all the Fallout games, it's the one that actually seems to give you the most piece of information about your character already. Like they're a
Right.
father. They have actual voice dialogue. It's kind of like Fable 3 in that sense, that it a lot of that is
Yeah.
already filled in for you where it wasn't previously. So in that sense, it kind of takes away from the role playing. But in another sense, there are, like you said, there are no consequences for just maxing your character out. And from what I understand, if you put enough time into it, you can max out and get every perk and max them out. So
Like how voting on campus in Hogwarts, there's no consequence.
yeah. I mean, there's even an ending that allows you to coexist with all of the game's factions. So
If you're persuasive
Have I done
enough,
that? Yes, I have. I don't care.
yeah, but
Peace in our time.
It's in our time.
I want to get into those endings here in a minute, but I definitely agree that it does miss a little bit of that role-playing experience that some of the fans of the older titles are going to mention. But something we brought up before is that it does make this game quite a bit more accessible, and it is actually a great title for getting into the franchise. And it is still well supported, and there's still plenty of mods available and whatnot. But we dug into the gameplay a lot last time. I wanted to actually finally get into the story now. We mostly shied away from that. And chief among that, of course, are the multiple endings of the game. So my question for you guys is on your very first playthrough, which faction did you side with?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Or, which one do you feel is like the best ending to you then?
Oh. I mean, for me, I did everything that I could because I heard about the peaceful, like, you can live with all factions, so I did everything I could to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that one, because it's like, we can all coexist. We don't have to worry about war. Let's just peacefully exist, and my Commonwealth is safe.
So
That's all I care about.
The Minutemen ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember too, because what 8 years since then. I'm trying to remember the first playthrough. I remember I looked up ahead of time of like because back at that time in my life, I was really, really into getting like platinum trophies. So I tried to find
Yeah.
like the most
Yeah,
optimized
yeah.
route of trying to, please everyone or at
Yeah.
least get as far as I can with every faction. And I remember, I'm pretty sure I sided with the Institute, and I remember getting basically just destroying all the other. For one thing, I remember I definitely got rid of the Brotherhood of Steel,
Yeah.
just because I really like Maxon's jacket. That's a dope ass jacket that he's got. And I was like, you can only get it if you go, if basically if you just turn against them. Like it's like a really cool looking jacket.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I went.
It kind of looks like the Gosling Blade Runner jacket.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me also of Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Kind of, he has
yeah.
a fur collar and kind of just tattered, and it looks like it's kind of a bomber jacket put together from like random stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember. I think I'm pretty sure that I sided with the Institute after I made sure I had like as far as like, because the game gives you like the point of no return, and I think I try to get as far. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I platinumed it that first playthrough. I think I tried to do a second one to kind of just clean up a couple things,
Yeah.
especially the a really annoying one where you have to get one of your communities to like 90 for the highest like I'm trying to remember the what the stat is called, but basically to make your whole like community happy, your settlements.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
trying to remember.
It was a really annoying trophy because you couldn't rush it. You basically had to, when it was unpatched, you had to basically let the game run, and it would slowly go up little by little, like in real time. And if you tried to like leave or whatever, it would not go up if you left the community, the settlement. You had to like stay there. And I remember
Oof.
guides, and I remember I just left my system, my PS4 running overnight, and then the next morning I was like, okay, I got the platinum trophy. Like, okay, cool, there we
Nice.
go.
That's
But
genius. Just like,
back
yeah,
to-
fuck it, we leave it on.
yeah, but back to the original question, Ashley. Yeah, I sided with the Institute, and most times I played it so many times. Most times I do just because I feel once all of the facts are kind of laid bare for everything, it kind of feels like the game is kind of pushing you in that direction as being like the we're misunderstood, kind of we have the sight of the future, what we want kind of thing. And it feels like the game kind of just like whenever like I don't know if I'm getting too far ahead now, but it's like a lot of like what the whole thing with his father and everything, and the way he talks, and it's like he's got that distinct British kind of like almost not Liam Neeson like in Fallout 3, but very kind of like I know what's right. Like I know what's right. I'm like, yeah, I believe you. I believe you know what's right. Like, yeah, okay, let's do this. Like
Yes.
that's just how I feel.
I mean, and part of me was tempted because, when you get the big reveal that it's your son, Sean, the one that you've been looking for all this time, you kind of almost want to side with him and you want to believe him that, what he's doing is for good and whatnot. But,
Right.
if for me, for instance, I sided with the railroad and I was really getting behind the whole like free the synth movement, so I was like, well, no, what they're doing is wrong. I mean, the Institute might be humanity's might be humanity's savior for the future or whatever, but like how much collateral damage does it take to get there for their vision of the future? So I did not want to side with the Institute because to me that felt like the bad ending, but it's definitely one of the ones I want to check out because I know it's that's the ending where you can actually have like a good ending with your son.
Yeah.
But you can get a synth son in the other endings, right? So
I mean, that's kind of like the beauty of this game too, is like there's so many endings for you to check out and there's so many different ways that this could go. It's almost in a sense like a butterfly effect, like kind of like I'm not going to say like a full Until Dawn kind of thing, but like there's like that kind of aspect, like you get to choose how you want it to go.
Yeah.
Like and you can be like, "Oh, well, I didn't really like that ending last time, so I'm going to do this time." Like the best example I can give of this is playing Mass Effect 2 for the first time and not realizing that you need to fucking go on every single squad mate's mission, otherwise they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as deep as something like Witcher or something, but there are some consequences in game, and the way that you treat other factions, and siding with this faction is going to make you enemies with this one, and not all of your companions are going to be happy with the decisions that you made. So it's definitely one of those things that's like you want to play through the game multiple times, not only to try multiple different ways of playing and specializing in different things, but to make those different choices. And it's going to take more than just a save at the end of the game, right? It's which factions you decided to work with. But funny enough, given the existence of the Pridwin in the Fallout TV show, we now know that 2 of the endings are definitely not canon.
Yes.
And that would be the Railroad or the Institute ending, where the Brotherhood of Steel is wiped out along with the Pridwin. So now the canon ending has to either be the Brotherhood of Steel one or the Minutemen ending.
I don't know for sure. 'Cause I remember when that show was coming out. I don't remember if it was Time Magazine or Variety. Someone did an interview where they mentioned that wasn't the only ship that the Brotherhood have. Well, there's at least 2 or 3 of those. I don't know if they're all called Predwin, but I think you could. I don't know if that was just them trying to do appeasement for but trying to not canonize a specific ending, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like there is more than one of those ships, so I
There
don't know for
was
sure.
I looked online and there was some debate, I think, at one point whether or not the ship was the Pridwin or one like it. But
Okay.
apparently it actually says Pridwin on the side of the hull.
Oh,
So
Okay.
that
on the whole,
effectively.
is actually said.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
You said on the whole in the show. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't notice that when I was watching it, but that's what I read. So that would make either of those 2 endings where the Brotherhood of Steel is wiped out not canon. Well, and also the fact that the faction still exists. I mean, that
Right.
yeah. So if now if you're going through a Fallout 4 route and you don't know which route you want to go through, and you're like, well, I want to do the one that's going to be like the canon one, then choose Brotherhood of Steel if you want to go for that route, which is kind of the other evil route, I guess, but not really.
It's out on the cool jacket. Up to you.
But yeah, you mean the Brotherhood of Steel ending definitely looks like the coolest ending.
Yeah.
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 That's fair.
But the Minutemen ending is the one I think is seen by most as the best ending you can get, because it allows all factions to coexist peacefully.
Yeah.
And therefore not blocking you out of completing quests post game. So
Yeah, that part too. That's me. I'd like if I can play a game after it's done and I can go back and do different things or do side quests. Sign me the fuck up.
Well, see, we talked about this before, but I think Fallout 4 almost kind of does push you towards beelining the main quest, especially with the motivation being like finding your kid and then getting embroiled in this whole Institute conflict. So it really does leave a lot of that to be done in the post game, which is cool,
Mm-hmm.
I think of I remember around the release of the game, like for about a year after, it was just a lot of memes online of I'm sure you guys have seen that too, where it's like in the background there's like a forest fire or like something going on in the distance, and the guy's like just like playing golf or whatever. And it's like the main character and it's like the main quest back there, and it's kind of like there's a lot of memes about like it's like oh, where's my son? And it's like, I don't know, but this community needs my help over here. I gotta help another settlement.
Another settlement needs your help.
Yeah, it's like we'll get to Sean later. We'll figure out what happened to him. It's like I need to assign this settler over here to this little shop over here. Just
literally every video game ever in current time, like Horizon. Like, oh my god, the world is ending. We only have 3 months. I'm gonna go do a hunting pit.
Every open world game for sure, yeah, because there's always like a pressing main quest that is actually important and should be done in a timely manner, but like you're given the freedom to do whatever you want. So, and there's no consequence in time. Characters will wait for you at locations, even if they said they'd meet you at night, as long as they want. Or you want.
Time is not real.
Yeah.
I love when they do that too in the game. They ask you like oh,
do you
like
want to go now or?
Yes, Megan, thank you. When like, do you want to go now, or like, should I go with you, or you want to meet me there? It's like I just love how there's like like in game like the conversation of like, yeah, we can go together. Like, nah, I got something else to do. And it's like all right, I'll meet you there. Or it's like, oh, I would go with you, but look, you already have somebody with you, and I'm like you can tag along. This is
Come on,
right.
Let's go.
Like we should be able to have more than one companion,
we're going shopping.
or at least dog meat and the companion, if nothing else.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of my favorite mods for Skyrim. Is you can like have like up to 5 companions in Skyrim, and so what I do, there's a mod on there on the
What?
and you can I'll just basically just hire a bunch of people, and I'll just go into dungeons and just let them do all the work, and I'll just like
Yeah. No, it's genius.
I'll tell you what, my companions have carried me through some fights when I was out of ammo and shit. And I'm just hitting them with my melee weapon, but the companion came in clutch.
Dude, I always hire Janasa in Skyrim and let her do my shit for me. I'm like, snipe arch that shit. Do it, ho.
Yeah, totally. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I was surprised by. Well, it's weird. This game has things that are like Bethesda isms that are like, okay, yeah, that's goofy. But then it has
Yeah.
things that are just, oh wow, that's really detailed. Like specific companions will make remarks to each other if you trade them out. Or my favorite is the first time you go to Good Neighbor, this dude harasses you and tries to get you to give him money. So
Oh yeah.
I quick saved and I killed him. I headshotted him in VATS and I quick saved because I figured there would be consequences. Okay. But it turns out Hancock comes in and he's impressed that you killed him because and I remember thinking, wow, no consequences. Even my companion liked that or didn't hate it, So I was like, okay, that's weird. It's like the game designers actually thought about that. And I looked it up and sure enough, Hancock actually kills that guy during that conversation. I just killed him first.
I've never tried. I always just let Hancock handle it. I have never thought about just killing the guy straight up.
I got pissed. I was pissed. I was like, I just want to headshot this motherfucker and I'll reload.
I figure like the whole community, because like right behind him is the was it that one robot, the Saltron that's like owns like the shop, the weapon shop. I'm like, if I kill this guy, she's gonna come over here and just blast me, like So I always just let it just play out. I never thought about actually icing the guy.
Well, and I assumed the same. I thought the whole town would go against me because of that, but and that's why I was prepared to reload, but nope. So that was a fun surprise.
Everyone knows in Skyrim, Nazim, you always save autosave right before, or do a quick save before he starts to insult you about the Cloud District, and it's like quick saving.
Yeah.
Every fucking time I go to Whiterun. Fuck that hoe.
But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of little different details in the game that are really impressive, and it was kind of like, I think that was where the dev team was allowed to like devote time into it. But then you'll go somewhere else, and it'll just feel very cookie cutter, like like I said, some of those Bethesda isms where you're dealing with such massive amount of content that it's. I mean, they actually can't pay attention to every detail, but
right.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I do like when there's I mean, a lot of the environments obviously are just like recycled interiors over and over and over.
Yeah.
But like there's moments when you do find like those little like a note here or a note there that kind of tells you like a little like a quick little vignette of what happened like prior to the war. Like I don't know if you guys saw there's a part somewhere like in the northern part of the map where there's all these like radio like relays that are all like kind of like connected to each other, and you basically follow the notes of this family like prior to the war, like as the bombs are dropping, and it's like like the kids like leaving notes behind. I'm trying to remember exactly because it was like from a past playthrough, and then you eventually find like where the family is. Like there's no note, but you can see like there's like 2 adult skeletons and 2 child skeletons, and like
Aww.
one of them has like one of the items they mentioned earlier in one of the notes like next to them. Like it was like I don't know if it was like a teddy bear or something they named or something like that. But like there's like little things like in the environment or like I really like actually I don't know if you saw this or Megan if you saw this, but the goal kid that's trapped in the refrigerator. I don't know if you guys see it, right? And like he's been trapped in this refrigerator since like the beginning of the war, and then as soon as you free him, you have a chance to like basically sell him into like to like a slaver immediately.
Jesus
or
Christ.
like if you don't, I think you can kill the slaver or you can pay him off, either way. And then like if you just walk like probably like another 10 minutes, like you run into his parents who are still alive as ghouls, and you kind of reunite this little ghoul family. And so it's
Aw.
it's like little things there. And I don't even think it's like I don't think it's a named side quest. I'm not even sure if it is. I think it's just
It's
kind of like
not,
a
I
little,
don't
Just
think.
a miscellaneous.
yeah. So yeah, I don't even think it's a miscellaneous thing. I think it's just like that little
Just an
small
encounter.
interaction. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that.
I had an encounter like that actually recently. I was walking up towards the Nakano residence, and I came across Settler, and she wanted water, but I didn't have any water on me. And then I came back to the area later, and she was gone, and I was like, oh well. And there was no quest or anything associated with it, so I was like, okay, yeah. There's like these like little encounters in the game. That's really cool. That's a fun little detail. Just you can just come across people. I think you can even come across like other companions and stuff randomly, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing about Bethesda is they will put their whole Bethesda into a side quest.
Oh, totally.
Let's be so for real. Let's be so for real. They really will. They'll be like, yeah, no, I'm kind of bored of working on the main quest, so I'm gonna make you fucking sob your eyes out at 3 a.m. over this fucking side quest. And it's like,
There's
he
that
just
one I
wanted to
really-
see his dad.
I was gonna say I really like some of like the more like where you're allowed to kind of play out as like a detective. Not as like
Yeah.
Nick Valentine, but like there's that one walled community. It's like a little small, short walled community. And they basically you can't get in until you pass like this like quiz that they do like a survey and they ask you like all these questions. And it's basically the same questions from past previous Fallout games where like, oh, like such and such is stuck in a basically they're the questions that are designed to kind of choose your like your skill set in previous ones. And like the guy's like he's trying to get you to like they're screening you to see if you're a synth basically before they allow you to come into their community. And then like once you get in there, I can't. Yeah, it's a named side quest, but I can't remember the name. But once you get in there, they have there's like a mystery about like, oh, there's supposed to be like a caravan that came through. No one knows what happens to the caravan, so you kind of have to go around and start like questioning people. And then you find out like, oh, this person said this, but this other person said this. And it's basically like a little kind of whodunit kind of thing. They eventually, I don't want to say the whole thing, but it leads you to kind of go off to like another location, and then you're able to figure out like, oh, okay, this is what happened. There was like some kind of misunderstanding between this little
Yeah.
tiny community and this other community, and just like little things like that. I like those kind of where it's not just guns blazing or just
Yeah.
go and kill this guy.
No,
Like a lot of the
Right.
Radiant quests are.
Right. I like a lot of those types of quests, like the mysteries and things. But I also just liked, just exploring the world and finding something to do at every corner, and even just going into places and like reading terminals. I mean, you'll just get so much lore about what happened pre-war. Every terminal I came across, I would hack it if needed, and I would go in and I would dive into all the emails and all the notes and everything, and just find out like
Oh, yeah.
what happened here.
Oh, yeah,
So many violations.
absolutely.
So many violations.
Oh, God.
A lot of like the emails or like the little memos just boil down to like, well, I don't like the person above me, so I'm gonna go around their back and do this thing for the corporation. Like a lot of those emails are just like
Yeah.
complete like there's no oversight over like, oh yeah, go ahead, ship that nuclear soda over here. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Like,
It's fine.
Oh, or what about the CIT quest when you go to CIT, or no, not CIT, it's the labs near CIT, like the polymer labs or something, and you go there and the robot comes up to you and asks if you want to apply for a job there, and if you go along with it, you get trapped inside the lab, and you have to.
oh,
You get a power
I remember
armor
that.
piece for it though. That's like really strong
yeah,
power
yeah,
armor.
yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny because they had literally locked their employees in and forced them to do overtime until they completed the experiment. Pre-war.
It's the Russian sleep experiment.
A lot of like that Red Scare stuff too. You'll find in memos like so much fear of like Chinese spies and like there's like oh like what they're doing behind the Iron Curtain. Like I as a like a big history buff, I love seeing like that kind of like the Red Scare stuff of like communists and like even just like all the like just like the propaganda stuff you see
Yeah.
everywhere about
Or,
like Luke
Yeah.
Liberty Prime.
Lips and-
Execute all the Chinese
Oh.
communists.
Terrifying.
I love Liberty Prime. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Just like all this stuff.
Which makes another reason why the Brotherhood of Steel route is cool, right?
And the parallelisms are kind of terrifying. Like, whoa.
No kidding, right? But let's see, what else is there? Yeah, what were you guys' favorite companions in this game?
Dog
I
meat.
really oh dog meat, yeah.
Yeah.
Dog meat,
He's
yeah.
baby.
He has so many just benefits and perks that are just like dog meat specific too. Just like
Right.
like when he grabs onto there's a one where he grabs onto people and basically just holds them for you so you can
Yeah.
just shoot them like whatever.
Mhm.
Like
That's my
I really-
favorite.
I really like Curie. Did you get Curie, Ashley? Or no?
I have not got to Curie, no.
You know what I'm talking about, Megan?
No.
So there's a vault south. I want to say it's south of Diamond City, where it's still occupied by people from before, and they kind of let you in if
Oh,
to
I've
do
been
a
by
trade
that
deal.
vault. Yeah. But I
Yeah,
haven't gone in that and
it,
done that quest yet.
there's a quest line in there that you basically befriend this. It's I forget what the female equivalent of those Mr. Gutsies are called, but it's basically a female encoded. Um, I can't remember the name with Mr. The floating orb with like
Yeah,
the needles and the pliers and all that
right.
stuff, right? And she like joins you. She has like she has like a very like I guess the in-game thing is she's based off I can't remember the famous radiation scientist that she died from overexposure to radiation, but Curie, right? I think
Yeah,
Curie is her
Mary
name.
Curie.
There you go. And so she has like a very like thick French accent. And if you max out like her companion, like you max out like her friendship, whatever, you can give her a synth body. And she really wants to be like human, basically, kind of like a Pinocchio thing going on. And you can give her basically the quest line will take you to giving her like a synth body, and then she joins you as like a regular like synth, kind of like a not like a Nick Valentine. She passes for a human, but
Hmm.
it's an interesting story of how like she's like she's been programmed to be like very into like medicine and stuff. She's basically like a support character that just gives you like a lot of health and stuff.
Yeah.
And like if you max out her friendship, you basically turn into a real person. So Curie and yeah, dog meat. Dog meat's probably the easy one.
It's dog
Dog
meat,
meat, yeah.
obviously, but I was actually trying to romance Piper. I really liked her. I think she was cute. So I was trying to take her out everywhere I could. But I also would just kind of pick companions based on what kind of quest I was doing. So I'm like, okay, so I got
Okay.
this quest through the Valentine Agency, so I'm gonna take Nick Valentine with me. Or if I was like, for instance, like I'm going to the Glowing Sea, like I'll take Nick Valentine or
Yeah.
Ada or Codsworth with me. Um,
Yeah.
or just depending on what I'm working with the Minutemen right now, so I'm going to take Preston. So I kind of did a little bit of that. Obviously, I was going with the Railroad faction, so I was taking Deacon around with me a lot, and I actually got to know him pretty well and thought he was cool.
Deacon is really cool. He's up there for me too. I really like Deacon. Hancock he's just too precious, man. I love that man. He's so
Hancock is
cute.
awesome.
He's so funny.
I usually take the characters that are like less judgmental just because I don't like them always
Yeah.
judging everything I do.
Yeah.
So like Piper or anyone who I feel who's too goody, and I'm like it's gonna be rough out there. I'm not always gonna make the best choice out there. I don't know if
Yeah.
I want somebody. I don't know if I want Jiminy Cricket on my shoulder, kind of questioning
Yes.
everything I do.
It's like
so
picking Shadowheart and fucking Baldur's Gate 3. Stop disapproving of what I do.
So like Kate or because Kate's like every time you pick lockpick, she likes that. Like, okay, I'll keep picking lockpicks and or
Yeah.
whenever you choose like a violent kind of outcome, like yeah, like okay, like all right, let's do that. I'm just gonna keep picking lockpicks and just farm for like points or whatever. Stuff like
Piper
that.
likes the lockpicks too. I remember I lockpicked a door once only to discover that it was literally useless because I could have just gone around. It was a useless door, but then I realized, no, I did it for the XP and for Piper's admiration. Nick Valentine likes when you hack terminals.
Oh, okay.
I also noticed you see him, he'll just like type away at a computer sometimes. If there's a terminal nearby,
Yeah.
he'll just start typing on it. And I'm like, dude, get out of the way. I'm trying to type here.
Or like you fast travel somewhere and they immediately want to just sit down. It's like, no, we got stuff to do. What do you
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
Like,
come on.
they just go and sit down. They just sit down, and I'm like, no, like we gotta go.
We have another settlement to go to.
Let's go.
It's all over, but the cry.
With the world poised on the brink of war, Vault-Tec is reporting a record number.
Crying, but me.
Folks, it seems we've got some breaking news. Stand by.
It's all over. No, I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you.
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. Stand by. We do have coming in confirmed reports of nuclear detonations. My God. Our soldiers were right. War never changes.
Let's go, pal.
But yeah, no, I think Dogmeat is just the cutest. I don't know. I'm a big dog lover. So I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you mean I get to have a puppy dog with me in the whole fucking game? Yes. And like every iteration of Dogmeat is a good one.
And he's
I love
also
it.
the most useful companion. I mean, and he doesn't
Right.
judge anything that you do.
Right. He loves you
Yeah.
unconditionally, and that's important.
Yeah. You don't have to listen to him bitch about his flashbacks or whatever. No, I'm kidding.
There's in Fallout 3, there's a perk where, because in that one Dogmeat can die. And so
Yeah.
there's the puppies perk where if he dies, you just get another dog meat, and it's like in lore, it's like it's the a puppy of dog meats. And it just kind of continues. It kind of just continues. So
Oh.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
but-
like Roach.
yeah, kind of like Witcher. Yeah.
It's like Zelda, where every freaking horse is named Epona.
Well, you know.
Is
Yeah.
Epona also? Does she have her own bloodline? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. Or is Epona reincarnated like Link and Zelda are?
Does she come back in every lifetime?
Yeah.
The amount of times I've said that to my dog, I've literally just held her little head and be like, "You better come back to me in every lifetime, you little fucking shit." She's just looking at me like, "Hi, mom."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's. What was y'all's favorite quest?
Favorite quest. I did really like the I don't know if it was my favorite, but I did really enjoy the Silver Shroud quest. I know I mentioned that a few times in the past episode, but that one was just so much fun because you got to get into character and like just
The voice, yeah.
yeah. And he puts on the voice. He's like, "I will deliver you from evil, for
Yeah, no,
I
same.
am the Shroud."
Yes, it's so iconic.
And you could talk to Hancock, and he totally gets in on it with you. And I don't even know if he realizes that you're the same person that he could travel
trying to
with.
think-
But
I'm trying to think. I don't know if it's my favorite quest line, but I really like the one where you go to save Nick Valentine from the underground vault. It's
Yes.
also like in the sewer. And you could just listen to all these, like, I think they're called triggermen. Like, it's like the faction, right? They kind of have like this like 1920s like yeah, see, like they kind of have like
Yeah.
that like mid-Atlantic kind of like gangster voice. And like there's a couple instances where like if you sneak up on them before you engage them, like they're having like just random conversations about like gang life or whatever gang life it looks like in this post-apocalyptic world.
yeah,
And I remember like when you finally get to the vault, you get in, and there's like conversations around the corner. You come up on some triggermen, like one's a ghoul and one's like a regular human, and the ghoul's like kind of telling him about what life was like prior to like the bombs falling down. And I never interrupt that. Whenever I come up with that part, I always like to listen to it play out.
yeah,
Where like one of them's the human character's asking like, oh, like like, what's up with this vault? Like, it's incomplete. And the goal who like existed before then says like, oh yeah, this is the unions used to do this thing where we would just never finish a project, just put people on the payroll, and like it's not super like important, but I kind of like those little bits of like just random lore kind of just like spread out of like, oh yeah, like there's people who are alive besides you from prior to like the bomb. Like kind of like when you run into that guy, the salesman again later on, and he's a ghoul now, from the beginning of the game. I can't remember his name, but the one who basically shows up to your door and you do you pick all your special
You
stats or
encounter him
whatever.
later? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he comes back as a ghoul
Yeah.
actually, and he remembers you too. And there's like a little funny interaction. I forgot. I think it's in Good Neighbor. I'm not sure. I can't remember where
I
exactly.
was an asshole to him when he came to my door. I was like, no, go away.
But then like you roll up and you get Nick out of there, and then when you're there, there's that terminal there, Ashley, right there with Nick, and you can see like there's all these interview tapes of all these different like there's like they were running like a vault experiment there,
Yeah.
and then you meet the guy who put Nick there, Skinny Malone, and like the whole
Yeah.
thing is like he's actually chunky, he's not skinny, it's kind of like an ironic nickname, like
Right.
that whole quest line, there's like a lot going on for just one quest, and I don't know if it's my favorite. I probably have to think about it really hard, but that's the one that immediately comes to mind because there's just a lot of nuance and a lot of things that happen for just one quest. So
Yeah, I really did like that one. I mean, I remember enjoying like infiltrating the vault and stuff and meeting Nick, and it was a very memorable quest line for me,
Yeah,
even from
that's
early on.
okay. I
What about
think
you, Mia?
another one for me is like the Diamond City Blues one, because I don't know why, but it reminds me of I want to say Stranger Things because I was watching it last night and that's totally wrong. Breaking Bad. It reminds me of Breaking Bad because
Okay.
like you're intercepting a drug deal, and I'm like, I wonder if Walter
Oh,
would
okay.
approve. Yeah, that one where it's like Cook is either dead or Nelson is whatever. And you have to literally go intercept the drug deal. I love that one because it gives Breaking Bad, and
Fuck
Manga
yeah.
Allen really loves that show. Like that's like his thing. He loves Breaking Bad.
Well, Breaking
so like
Bad
every
is
time
peak.
it really is though. Like that man and his whitey tighties, man can change the world. But Alan really loves that show. So I like anytime I like go through that now, that's all I can think of is Breaking Bad. It just gives Breaking Bad. I'm like, where's the RV? I just need it to be right here.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I mean, you can literally cook drugs in the game, so it fits.
Yeah.
It fits. You can just go to your little
Yeah.
workstation and let's make some hyper jet or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I'm always cooking up drugs and shit. I don't want to use them too much because I'll get addicted to them. But I mean, those jets are really handy. I mean, that was the only way I was able to save my boy Kent at the end of the Silver Shroud quest line. And I mentioned this in part 1, but I had a difficult time with that. I had to save scum and combine the use of jets, VATS, and luck, and a high accuracy
Yeah.
weapon to pull that off. But was not about to let him
That's-
die.
I'll say that's me every time I do it when I get to Kellogg in the main quest line where
Yes.
you encounter him.
Yeah.
And I just take Psycho, Mentats, and just like it's funny when you apply all these effects and then you like exit the screen and your character's like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
like it's like you just go in and you're basically just like all just drugged out and just like obliterating everything.
I got that perk early on that triggers the slow time when you're at low health. So I was constantly making use of that. That was super useful against some of these harder enemies. Like I remember one time I came across a Death Claw with like little to no ammunition on me, but I had a bunch of grenades and shit, and I had the slow time perk, and I had a little bit of luck on my side. So
Can I just say I love the fandom's obsession with the Deathclaws.
oh yeah.
Everybody is obsessed with Deathclaws. That is like a big Fallout thing, and I'm just like, you know what? Pop off. They're cute.
Well, and they make delicious steaks apparently because that shit heals you up and some.
That's
Deathclaw
true. It's like a
omelet.
durian fruit.
No, I love how many different ways there are of acquiring XP in the game and how easy it is to do. Like, you want to just cook all your materials on hand and make them into better food and get some XP. You want to modify your weapons and actually change how you approach combat with the weapon. Now I got a shotgun with a scope and an automatic.
Fuck it,
If I
we
want-
ball.
Yeah, if I want to do like I want to get a lot of experience early, I'll just start building settlements, and it's just like like fence. It's like you just hear the experience points going up, like fence.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I leveled up. Like, there we go. Just laying, just putting together some fences, putting the ceiling, putting the floor. And it's like, all right, we gotta level up. Oh, yeah. I'll take the one that increases my pistol status. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. Everything is fine.
But all right, I guess we'll go ahead and get into our final thoughts. Starting with you, Andrew. What are your final thoughts on Fallout 4?
I mean, Fallout 4, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I said it before we started recording, but like I have 550 plus hours on
Yeah.
Fallout 4. It's my comfort game, honestly. You know what it is? It's when I'm in between like big releases, or if
Yeah.
I have an hour to kill.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me go, let me do a quick side quest, or let me just I really like just doing the settlements. I really like. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't like that when it first came out. I was kind of like that too. But once you figure out how the settlements kind of work in terms of like you get really creative, and I have like there's a creative part of me that likes to let me put these little light arrangements here. Let me
Yeah.
put some furniture right here. The inner like Sims player in me likes that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's
I'll
Apocalypse
like
Sims.
yeah, Apocalypse Sims. Yeah, that works. That's pretty apt. And just let me make some caltrops. I'll pretend to be like Batman or something and just throw just caltrops on the floor at enemies. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like so Fallout 4. I just even though I kind of always it's like Skyrim where I kind of just replay the same character basically each time. I love just kind of going in there, and I don't know if a part of me just kind of there's something about like post-apocalyptic settings that just it takes you don't have to worry about the real life problems of like work and all the things like that. When you're in a post-apocalyptic
Oh
setting, you're
yeah.
just like surviving. You're just thriving and you're surviving.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just that the what's that term I'm looking for? Kind of like the
Escapism?
escapism, yeah, about the whole power shoot, I'm gonna come back to the word later, but that whole just that feeling of being able to like stuff in the past is like you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
And I just killing time in there. Oh, yeah, I'll have I have I got 20 minutes to go. Check out this settlement, see what's going on. Oh, it's that same place where it's that Corvega assembly plant again for the 50th time. Like, yeah, we'll go and we'll clear out the raiders, and it's like I don't know. I just really enjoy playing Fallout. I love messing around with like different weapon setups. So using the junk jet is really fun if you ever get that one where you're just shooting just the miscellaneous crap you come across like pencils and toasters and skulls or
Nice.
or whatever
Oh
you
God.
find. Like yeah, so I mean Fallout 4 for me, even though again it's not my favorite Fallout in the franchise, it's an all-timer for me. So
Yeah.
I'm like 9 out of 10 on it. So yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What about you, Ash?
For me, yeah, I mean, for the first Fallout game that I've actually devoted a significant amount of time into, I'm really enjoying it. I did feel like it was a good choice as a first Fallout game to put that that kind of work into, and I really fuck with it. I think it's really fun. I think there's so many different things that you can do that it's a game that it's hard to get bored of, like a lot of open world games. But I mean, you can spend time and just do settlement building. You can, you can beeline it and do the main quest. You can just explore around and find shit, pick up new quests, or, just figure out the lore. I really, really enjoyed the experience, and I enjoyed how much, freedom that you have to just go around this world, and how much content there is. Oh my god, there is so much content in this game that it's honestly a little overwhelming at first, but then you kind of just make your way through the Commonwealth, and just I really, really enjoyed it. And I sad that I slept on this franchise for so long. I'm definitely excited to get into some of the other games. Like I feel like Fallout New Vegas is the game that I'm really gonna fuck with, because I played a little bit of it and I made Ryan Gosling in it, and I was really getting into like the whole role playing aspect and actually having a character. So
Ryan Gosling.
hell yeah,
This man loves Ryan Gosling.
yeah.
Did you
Ash.
related little tangent real quick? Ash, did you ever see Young Hercules when you were younger or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, it was the first TV show I ever saw Ryan Gosling on during the
Yeah.
90s, like when I was really young. And I remember I hadn't seen him in a long time growing up, and I saw The Notebook, and I saw him, I'm like, oh, wait, oh, like that's Hercules. Like what the hell? Like
Yeah.
just real quick, Ryan Gosling, little side bit right there. But
I mean, there's always time for Ryan Gosling, as far as I'm concerned. He's literally me.
Just saying, we've never been in the same room.
Exactly. Have you ever seen me and Ryan Gosling in the same room? No, because he's literally me. But Megan, how about you?
Yeah. So I picked this one because I wanted to talk about a game franchise that was not only fun but also has a lot of people, and it's a huge influence on the gaming community. It really is. Like this is like a cornerstone of the community. There is, I don't know if y'all will know who this is. I talked about him in the last episode, but Scotty K Fitness on TikTok. He's this guy who he looks like a Pip Boy in real life. He's shredded as fuck, and he's obsessed with Fallout. And now when I think of Fallout, I think of Scotty. And like he has like I don't think it's gamer steps, but I think it's like some protein something. But everything is Fallout themed, and he just loves Fallout. And there's like the Fallout Collector on Facebook. There's all these like people that just delve into this universe and they just love it. And I was like, we really need to like pay an homage to the gaming community by talking about the Fallout series. We haven't talked about it yet. There's been a TV show now. Like I love getting the ability to talk about things. One, like I just love being on the podcast, but two, I love talking about things that are starting to get adaptations, and I love how regular video games are becoming in just everyday life. And I love getting to talk about games that just like influence the way that our games are going now. And Fallout's definitely one of those. And it's a fun franchise. It's an interesting take on what the world could be like, how things could be. The retrofuturism is really cool for me. I love retrofuturism. That is one of my I really like to buy things that look old but are new. Like getting like a radio that looks like it's from the 50s or 60s, but it's Bluetooth enabled. That kind of shit is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that kind of shit. Okay, that's just who I am as a person.
Like the new Fantastic Four movie had that whole retrofuturistic setting, and I've loved the shit out of it.
Yes, and I feel like just that's such a cool aesthetic. Like for a lot of people, like they love like the cyberpunk aesthetic, for example. Like for me, retrofuturism all day. I will find a way to make it look old. I don't care. I give no fucks. I will find a way. Like my PC case, at some point, it will look like an old computer. I will build one that looks like an old computer because I am just that person.
Fuck yeah.
Like a 50s fridge or something, Frigidaire.
Yes. Alan is actually looking into finding like an old like TV for me, and then like taking out, you know, like the inside of it and putting it like a new TV into it, because it's so cool. I love doing that kind of shit. It's so fun. So yeah, I love the retrofuturism. I love the post-apocalyptic. It's a fun game. There's so much like, it's like a serious environment, and yet no one is fucking serious. Not a single person is serious. No one. We're all just vibing through the end of the fucking world. And it's fun. It's like you said, Andrew, it's like one of those kind of things where it's just like, I can go in and play for an hour, and I can just go have like my little bit of escapism and go be just, I'm gonna go work on my settlement. I'm gonna go hang out with Codsworth. I'm gonna go hang out with Dogmeat and just fuck around. I might fight a ghoul. I might not fight a ghoul. I may end up getting some power armor stuff. I may not. It all depends. I may go fight a Deathclaw. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'm gonna go do it, and I'm gonna be in the Fallout universe. And it's just something that I was like, Ash, my dear, it's time. We have to do this.
Definitely. No, it was high. It was high time that we talked about the Fallout franchise, and we will definitely cover this in more detail at a later point. Like I said, if anything, I'd love to talk about New Vegas. If Bethesda announces like a remaster of either New Vegas or 3 or something that I feel is imminent and is probably coming soon, since they haven't told us jack shit about Fallout 5 yet.
Right.
You know, we'll definitely cover that.
This month, aren't they doing some kind of showcase or something?
They are, and I heard about that. Yeah, this month, I think it's on Fallout Day, which is near Halloween, right?
So I'm not sure,
but it's like
the last week of October. I think
it's the last week, yeah. Because I remember Leo mentioned that on our previous episode that the bombs actually dropped in the end of October, and that's why you see Halloween decorations everywhere. And that was something I hadn't picked up on when I was playing through the intro of the game, and I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. But
so actually, you know what? I'm thinking that a holiday announcement is imminent, because the first episode of the second season is coming out on December 17th. So I'm thinking that a holiday Q4 kind of thing, that's imminent for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to get something.
No,
They wouldn't release 2 seasons of a show for a game that's been this loved without doing something for the franchise. And with Bethesda, just random bomb dropping on a fucking Tuesday, Oblivion, I can see it happening.
Yeah, I can see them definitely shadow dropping like a Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas remaster. That would be cool.
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
I feel 3 is more likely. I heard that 3 is the more likely one.
Yeah.
Me and Ash think it's going to be New Vegas because of the second season going into New Vegas.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
Specifically because the show is good, is getting into that. That feels like that could be a hint, but who knows? But hell yeah, Megan, what's going on with your stream?
With stream, I was actually playing a little bit of Fallout today, but my frames just tanked and OBS hates me. We are not friends. But yeah, I've been playing some First Descendant again. I know, goon frame. Sorry, teehee, taha. My mod currently, his wifey is visiting him, but we're gonna be playing some Warframe together. I've been playing a lot of Helldivers. Probably gonna go back into some Starship Troopers at some point, but I have to start it all over because I switched from Xbox to PC. So, haha, teehee. We love it. Also, like I do every episode, shout out Travis' sibling. I love you, bestie. I mention him in every episode because that is bestie and I love him. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at on stream, just kind of hanging out and chilling. We just have a good time. We love to see it. We love to hang out.
Fuck yeah. And very, very soon, Megan and I will collaborate on something.
Yes.
And play it. But right now I'm just trying to work through the backlog of episodes because we've got a lot coming. I mean, we're already midway through October and we haven't even gotten into our spooky month content yet. But for
crazy.
For this month, what we have planned is Chronos: The New Dawn, which is the new game from Bloober Team, and then Silent Hill F. So both of those came out last month. We'll cover them as spoiler-free game launch episodes for the month of October, and then for our Halloween special, we are covering Resident Evil Code Veronica. We'll also have some kind of bonus round content either by or after Halloween, and probably like a Let's Play on our YouTube channel of something Halloween related. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a lot of horror content to get through. And then finally, we can get into Ghost of Yotei. And I played a little bit of it, but I haven't been able to really dive into it fully because I'm playing these other games right now. But I'm so stoked because Ghost of Tsushima was, it's one of my favorite games of all time, a 10 out of 10 game for me. And so far, the sequel is delivering, at least in terms of gameplay. It is not only delivering, but it better, expanding. So it's been a fun time. And then in December, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. So that'll be our numbered episode. Part 1 will be our spoiler-free review. Part 2 will be full spoilers. Same with Ghost of Yotei. And then for our holiday special, we're covering The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So that is everything coming up through the end of the year. We'll release, we'll announce the rest of our content moving from 2026 until the end of the season later. And Andrew, I'll definitely reach out to you and let you know what we've got coming up for anything that you'd like to join on. I know we're both looking forward to the new Resident Evil game, and I'm definitely going to cover that.
Yes.
So
yeah, y'all have fun. Spookies aren't for me. But I am watching in contempt because I'm so jealous of the Ghost of Yotei. It looks so incredible. I'm so jealous.
It is.
I'm crying. You see.
It's really fun, and I'm excited to play more of it. And I'm so excited for Metroid Prime 4. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. I know you're gonna freak the fuck out. You're gonna be like, yo, Meg, oh my god, and we're like, what happened?
Mind you, I mean, those 3 games are probably going to be my 3 contenders for Game of the Year. Including Expedition 33. Expedition 33, Ghost of Yotei.
Did you guys do an episode on Expedition 33?
We did a game launch review where I did Expedition 33 and also the 100-Line Last Defense Academy, which came out the same day. But I loved Expedition 33 so much that we're covering it again this season as our season finale, and we're going to do a full 2-part spoiler episode on it. So
Yep.
Because it was that good.
It really was, though. And it came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
So you've heard it here, folks. That's going to be our season finale next year. So stay tuned for that. But Andrew, thank you so much for being on, man. Did you have anything else to add?
Not real. I mean, I feel it's a little late now, but back to like Megan was talking about the retro futuristic stuff. I love last bit of Fallout little
Sure.
stuff. And that's it. I love the kind of in world rediscovering of like a lot of the stuff, like Diamond City is basically just a baseball diamond. It's Fenway. It's basically Fenway Park, and it's just like the whole like the guy who sells the bats and he calls them swatters, and like they don't understand how the game was exactly. He thinks it's about people going out there and beating the crap out of each other with bats. That's what baseball was. And then you're explaining to him like, no, baseball was not. It was like we play with a ball. You run the bases. And he's like, nah, you got to be crazy. Like they kind of like that when they do that. Especially, I mean, once you get to New Vegas, you're gonna see a lot of that kind of recontextualization of like the past.
Yeah.
But I love when Fallout does that, where it's like they find this stuff, right? This stuff kind of lying around, and they have no context, and they kind of just they name it something else, right? They call it something else, like for example, like the glowing sea, right? The way in the south, like that's where like the bomb fell originally, right? And it's like oh, that they come up with like lore of like, oh yeah, it's like no man's like nothing survives out there, and they just call it the glowing sea because it's always just giving out like no matter where you are in the map, if you look in the distance, you see like this kind of like green aurora borealis of where it is, and like I just love how they kind of take things that they're not that familiar with and they kind of just put like what would it be like if people just showed up one day without the context of history and be like, what is this thing? Let's come up with why this thing is the way it is, right? Like the whole like MIT being like where the institute is, was like, of course it's the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Like that would be the science hub as it kind of is right now in real life, or like schools,
right?
Like, that would be the science hub, like for them, right? Like that's where all the greatest minds kind of congregate. And like I like the kind of just sort of like you're being reintroduced to real world things, but with like a twist, right? It's like that's what I love about when you get to New Vegas. Actually, I promise me you're gonna get to New Vegas. But when you get to New Vegas, you're gonna see so much of like Caesar's Legion and kind of like the Caesar's Palace, like so many different things that get taken. Like you're gonna see. But also like most Fallout games, they kind of just do that where they take something and they kind of just flip it around, where like you're rediscovering all these old world things through new lenses, and it's kind of like oh, okay, yeah, I could see why they would think that, or like oh yeah, that's like a fun twist on that. So that was the last part I just wanted to say.
No, I appreciate that. That was, actually, we did touch on that on the previous episode too a little bit, like the fact that like how they recontextualize things like landmarks and items. We talked about like the bottle caps and stuff. It is a fascinating topic. No, you're right. It's like that's something that I think is what makes the franchise so interesting, is to see but. Thank you so much for being on, man, and for your insight as somebody who knows more about this franchise than me.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
But hell yeah, man. All right. Well, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. You can also check out Collateral Let's Play on our YouTube channel. Also, our sister podcast, Collateral Cinema, did just get out our season premiere on Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, a.k.a. Brain Dead. For Spooky Month, we'll also be covering The Evil Dead, the original film, with my fellow badass named Ashley. And for our Halloween special, as always, we're doing a Halloween movie. So it's Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. That was the one with Paul Rudd. So
yes, love it, man.
That one's a lot of fun. But stay tuned for our upcoming Collateral Cinema content. Let's see. I think here in November we are doing The Amazing Spider-Man and Lara Croft Tomb Raider, both of which were my picks on the movie podcast. So. Go listen to our sister show. We recently did our 100th episode, so it's been
crazy.
It's been great. I think between both podcasts, I posted the other day. I remember I tagged you and Bo in it, Megan.
Let's find out, shall we? I don't know.
I'm pulling it up. Yeah, we recently reached 36,000 all-time downloads between both Collateral Cinema and Collateral Gaming. So. It's been a fun time, and we appreciate everybody for listening, and look forward to the rest of season 8.
Was that the Tomb Raider with I can't remember her name. Verkand.
No, we're doing
Oh,
the
it's
one
not
with
the Angelina
Angelina
Jolie
Jolie.
Oh, it is the
Yeah,
one
we're
that.
doing
Oh,
Jolie.
okay.
Yeah, the Alicia
There you go.
Vikander one is good. I mean,
There you go.
it's
I can't remember her
okay,
name.
but the Angelina Jolie one is just iconic. I like the game that the Alicia Vikander one is based off of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Angelina Jolie one though is just iconic, and it's going to be a Collateral Gaming collab, so we'll release that on both shows. Yeah, you can also support us by buying our merch. I'm not wearing my Collateral Gaming shirt today, but because it's dirty and I haven't washed it. But I have a Collateral Gaming and a Collateral Cinema and a Collateral Media shirt, and we have other designs and more coming. So you can go check that out on Dashery. That'll be in the show notes. We also do have a Buy Me a Coffee for Collateral Media, and we do have a Patreon. We haven't updated it in a while, but we do have some Let's Play commentaries there that are exclusive to the Patreon. So you can go check that out if you want. And I think that's it. With all that being said, I've been Ashley Chancellor, a.k.a. Ryan Gosling.
I've been Megan Gomez, aka Mirror.
I've been Andrew Orozco, just Andrew Orozco.
This was Collateral Gaming. We are out.
Okay, bye.
Poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the crying, and I can't get over crying over you. It's all over, but the crying, and nobody's crying but me. Friends all over know I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you. It's all over, but the dreaming, poor little dreams that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the crying, and I can't get over crying over you.
Collateral Gaming is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and game clips are owned by their respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.